tested. Welcome to App of the Day. Today's app is Ascension, Chronicle of the Godslayer. I'm Will.
I'm Norm. Ascension is a deck building game. It's the virtual version of a real card game. It's much like Dominion, and this is very highly recommended.
I'm starting a game with you.
Awesome. We're playing Game Center. We're playing with our iPads right now. Jeff Green recommended this one to us, along with
everybody we talked to
many other
in the board game section at PAX.
So this is a dual app. It works on iPhone and iPad. We're on iPads right now.
Yeah.
Playing multiplayer over Game Center, 2-player, up to 4-player, or you can play with AI by yourself.
And the AI is actually quite good in this game. I learned what I would advise is that you play it on the medium AI, and when you get to the point that you can beat that, go jump online, play with some friends. There's no kind of matchmaking really, or it doesn't seem to work very well, but you can hit find games, and it sometimes picks up a game for you if there are people playing.
So here's how the game works. You start the game with a deck of 10 cards. Right now I have 5 cards. You can't see my hand so I'm actually tossing all my cards up. You can see that I have 3 of these cards called Apprentices and 2 Militias.
Let's take a step back. This is a deck building game.
Yes.
So you start out with 10 cards in your base deck. Everybody starts with the same cards, and then you use those to buy things or kill monster cards. So if you look here, there's these cards across the top. They cost, what are these things called? Focus or honor or runes or something? Okay.
Runes.
So triangles are runes, circles are power. These guys right here.
Those are the resources.
And the way this works is you use the runes to buy cards. You use the power to kill monsters. So like this Corrosive Widow here is a monster who you will need to kill.
The 4 means it costs 4 power to destroy the monster.
When you kill a monster, it goes away and a new card replaces it. When you buy a card, that goes in your discard pile and becomes part of your deck, so you can use it later on in the game.
And a new card replaces it in the shared pool of these 6 cards.
Right.
There are also 3 common cards in the top left-hand corner that you can always go to if you have extra rune or extra power.
Yeah, you should buy something because they've been watching this for a long time.
I'm going to buy something right now. So I'm going to buy a Wolf Shaman, which costs 3 runes.
Okay.
And I'm going to drag that into my discard pile.
Yeah.
And see how it's replaced by another Wolf Shaman. And I have 2 Militia left, which means 2 power. I'm going to kill this Cultist and then drop him the Void. Killing the Cultist gives you 1 honor.
Honor's the score for the end of the game.
The victory condition is with 2 players, you need 60. Whoever reaches 60 honor wins. I do not like that honor is the victory points in this game. Right now, there are 59 honor points remaining in the game. Whoever reaches, when that counter goes down to 0, whoever has the most honor will win. So Will, right now, you can see he has 2 Militia, 3 Apprentices.
Yep, I'm buying.
Apprenti. So it's same as me. He's going to go buy something that costs 3 and also kill something that takes 2 to kill. And end his turn. And now I'm going to go play my 5 Apprentices. I have 5 runes.
You got 5 runes.
So I want to buy something that costs 5, or I could buy 2 things.
Yeah.
One thing that costs 3, one thing that costs 2. I'm going to buy this thing that costs 4. It's things that cost more obviously are better. I'm going to drag this into my discard pile, not really read what it's going to do, and end my turn.
So the interesting thing about this game is not only are there cards that become part of your deck, there's also these things called constructs that actually are added that work all the time, whether you draw them or not. And they give you special powers.
Yep.
I don't know why I opened that. I cannot buy, well, I guess I can buy heavy infantry. The other thing that's interesting is because you have the runes and the power, you have basically 2 economies to balance.
Yeah.
So there's a balance between collecting cards to give you victory points that add on at the end of the game, or killing monsters that give you victory points immediately. So for example, if Norm was able to kill this Corrosive Widow, which is a spider, it looks like, is really creepy, that would give him 3 honor immediately. However, if you buy this Void Thirster, that gives you 3 honor. It doesn't count in your total during the game. It doesn't come out of the pool of honor, which when this number up here is depleted, the game's over. So, you really have to balance and really have to pay attention to what's going on. It's much harder to keep this whole game in your head like you can kind of with Dominion. Dominion, if you're good at math and have a good memory, you can really remember the state of the game for a 4 or 5 player game, no problem.
Because also there are factions. So for example, the Wolf Shaman right now in the common pool is a lifebound hero, and some constructs, other heroes will do things with that type of faction.
There's 4 types of factions: Lifebound, Void, Enlightened, and Mechana, and different cards affect different factions in different ways. Some of them give you big bonuses if you lean hard into Mechana. Some of them will only work with other Lifebound heroes, stuff like that.
Yep, I'm going to buy another Wolf Shaman, and I'm going to go kill a Cultist. There are also, when I kill a Cultist, it goes into the Void. I can also banish cards. So for example, if I know that you are trying to build a power-heavy deck,
you should hit end turn.
I can go play a card that will banish some power cards in the center row, so you won't be able to buy them. Deny you. That
would be really a dick move. If I need to drag him over to the Void. What am I going to buy? Oh, I can buy a Seer of the Forked Path, but I'm going to buy a Mystic because I want some money.
Yeah, really, we're playing this much faster than you would normally play it. Normally, you would read the cards.
Well, there's not that many cards. Once you played it probably 10 or 15 games, you'll be familiar enough with the cards that you kind of know what they're doing, what they do. There are more common cards and less common cards. For example, that Corrosive Widow comes up all the time. There are a lot of Sea Tyrants. The Tablet of Time's Dawn I have never seen before, so pretty cool to see that here today. This card is a construct. It goes down here into my construct pile, and that just means that, let's see, what does it do? It draw a card the first time you put a mechanic construct into play each turn, including this one. So anytime I play another mechanic construct, I get a free card, which is pretty nice. What am I going to do? I'm going to buy 2 Seer of the Forked Paths? I think I might. Oh, excuse me. Pick up. Games take about 30 minutes to play, 40 minutes to play, depending on how fast you play. And the multiplayer works pretty well. Even if you drop the game or something, you can come back to it and pick up right where you left off, which is very handy. And like we said, I don't know if we said this earlier on, but this is one of the games that kind of followed Dominion in the deck building genre of fancy German board games.
Yep.
It's quite good, and the AI is surprisingly competent.
Yeah, and it's great because not only can you play offline games, you can play multiple games at once. I think 4 games going on at the same time, and then just go revisit them. Same with the multiplayer games. If I was playing, I could play against Will, a 4-player game with Will and 2 other people, and also maybe another game with Will and 2 other people.
Well, and it's kind of it goes quickly enough that you can. I actually accelerated the pace of the play. There's an option that lets you do that, so you don't have to see all the animations and stuff. I played probably 6 games on the 2-hour plane ride back from PAX, so it was very good. It was a good way to spend a couple hours.
Man, these cards suck.
So yeah, this is Ascension. It's a card game. It's $5 or $6 on the App Store. I think the card game is $45 or something like that. So this is a good way to try it out. And because it does all the highlighting stuff, it's actually quite nice in that it teaches you how to play as you're going.
Yeah, it has a really good tutorial. There's like a standard rule book that tells you what every card does, a card gallery.
I found that to be a little bit underwhelming, actually. I thought that was
the rule book's good.
Better. The tutorial was good. The
tutorial
rules
runs you through one entire game, and it's very well scripted.
And there's also, if you want to learn about basic strategy and stuff like this, there are a few really good strategy guides over at Board Game Geek that explain the basic concepts and kind of the different paths you can take. Because the thing you don't want to do is do a little bit of everything and buy a lot of, spend money on both runes and power. So yeah, this has been App of the Day. It's Ascension. I'm Will.
I'm Norm.
We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
I'm going to kick your ass, Chan.
You wish.